Busy, busy, busy. So yeah, Tuesday, May 19th, 2026, I got my chocolate ghost pepper, which was over at another location and had a lot of ants and stuff in there. So I drowned it. I stuck it in water, try to push all the ants that were in it out of it. And then I put some more dirt in it, kind of repotted it a little deeper. And then I moved it over here into this tray and put some diesel fuel all over it, trying to get rid of those ants. And then I was waiting on getting some work from a customer, picking it up, and he canceled, so another day I'm losing. But I got this bunch of bamboo here that needs some work, and well, it's not too hot yet, so I might as well get going on it. And what we got here is Bambusa vulgaris. And these were planted, you know, pencil-sized piece in February of 2018. So do the math. They've been here 8 years or so, and or 6-7 years, and we've got some more that are ready. These fresh green pretty ones with nothing on them, those are from 25 because they got date carved in it over here. August 25, 8/25, a couple other ones are marked. And then you got these other ones. These are obviously a little older, and these are full of scale. Now this scale's kind of interesting because it only grows on the Bambusa vulgaris. And you can see it's on a, you can hear them creaking up there, these older ones. These got to be cut, a bunch of these are dead. But the scale grows. This one's actually already cut right there. It's just hanging. The scale grows on these, but if you pressure wash it off, it'll stay off, and these will be nice and pretty green. If you look back through here and you see all those are kind of like, you know, spongy and mossy looking. It's not moss, it's scale. There's a little bit on this one, but if you wash that off with a pressure washer, it won't come back. It'll stay gone. And probably need to do that first and then go through, because it's also easier and nicer to handle the bamboo when it's clean and not covered with scale. When you go to cut this and start dragging these out, this one in particular, this one's ripe and ready right there. It's got some nice color on it. It's almost big enough to make some flat panels out of. And I got a couple. That one's a little bit on the small side. If you're gonna harvest it, that one back there is so dead it's got a crack in it. It's all about selection. For if you're going to make something out of these, you got to know what you're looking at. And basically all these bottoms are thick walled and nice solid posts, and then as you get above the 8 or 10 foot mark, those larger diameter pieces are going to make a nice flattened out panel. I got a nice ripe one over there too. It's not super big, but it's getting ripe. A lot of these started getting overripe and kind of dying back because of the drought this year. So that kind of threw a little bit of a monkey wrench into the process. Here, let me back up again. So yeah, the drought has prematured some of the stalks that would have been or could have been growing and going strong. They're kind of weakening. This one over here, see, it's getting some orange. That's getting ripe and ready. You want to let them almost be dead though. If you cut anything too green, it's going to crack and split, and it's basically worthless. You got to let them kind of shrink up naturally and harden off, get hard. There's a really dead one in there I can see right there. That one's got to come out. But yeah, these riper ones with a little bit of color on them, I'm kind of trying to figure out how to save a little of that color. I don't know, I guess this is about as colorful as you're going to get. That orange is always going to be faded out. These ones, if I can remember, these ones here had some really nice color. When I cut these, I could probably go back and find a video where I was making these panels. And some of them had some really nice color. Now these were dried and sealed with CWF and stored in the attic, or at least most of them were. This one and a couple of those end ones, those were stored in the boat and they got a little bit of weathering to them, but they're still in pretty good shape once I trimmed the ends off. And also, now that I've learned a little bit about, you know, how this works and how they go together, and, you know, it's all about material selection, like I was saying. These bottom and top rails have to be a workable diameter that'll go into a larger end post, but you can't use the thin-walled top of a culm. You've got to have a, well, like this polymorpha or long internode, which is a nearly solid bamboo, and you got to get a nice straight one like this, and that would be a nice top or bottom rail. And then you got to cut a 1/4 inch groove into that thing and hammer your panels into it. But if you have a thin tube, a thin-walled culm for that top rail, there's not a lot of meat there to screw it together. And I've cut a whole bunch of pins. I'm going to take all these pins out, or all these screws out, shorten the panels down a little bit, put a more solid top and bottom rail on there, and then I'm going to put bamboo pins in there. I've cut a whole bunch of little pieces of branch to the right diameter, I hope, and I'm going to drill some holes and pin them all together so I'll have no screws. It'll be all bamboo holding it together. So that'll be pretty cool. All organic. Oh yeah, and a ton of work. All right, well, kind of hard to tell, but some of this is the green ones. Those are from last year. They don't have any scale. These older ones, like these two, had scale, but it was cleaned off. And then if you look, you can see bits of scale on the back side where I missed, and then like on this one there's a little patch of scale going up there, and then as you look up here, these are just completely covered with scale. So I'm going to hit them with the pressure washer and get that off. And if you look back there, you can see that one's covered with scale. And if you look down there, you can see those got a little strip that was missed when they were cleaned, but all the spots that were cleaned are real nice. Just a little bit of that missed side back here. So I'm going to hit those. Here, I'll show you a little bit about how it looks. Little junky pressure washer. Oops, I got to switch it on. Hang on. Gonna make some noise here, but there. See all that scale on there? Get some footing here so I can. There, see that little bit of scale? See the back side of these? They got some scale. Oh, there's some thick scale here. This one right here. Oh, dropped everything. There it is, nice and squeaky clean. Look at that. Beautiful. And so now later, there's no scale. Everything's all clean. And yeah, you can see all the dead ones in here really good now. All these old ones got to be cut out. Alrighty, here we are, Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. And I've got my forestry helmet on, so that means one thing. We're going to cut some of the forest. Got my chainsaw over here now. I went in and I used my handsaw here, and I climbed up on my ladder, which went right up alongside of this one here, and I cut that a little longer than 10 foot. Now that's a pretty good sized little culm there, but it's broken off up on the top. It's not full. Of course, that last 10 or 15 feet isn't usable for much anyway, so I'm interested in that right there. But I cut this like this so I can get the top off without having to drag that all the way down through with the bottom piece. So now that I cut that and trim that a little bit, I can just pull that out, and then I cut this one down here, and I got a nice 10-footer, which is just about perfectly ripe. Just a little bit of color left in it, but pretty much totally dead. And then that'll allow me to get in to cut some of the other dead ones in there. I cleaned these up yesterday with a pressure cleaner, so got all the scale off of them, except for a little bit on the one back there. You can see a little tiny bit left on there, but not bad. So let me get to cutting here, see what I can do. All right, I didn't realize it, but that one's already cut. I saw the roots on there, and I made an extra nick in there that I didn't need to make. I started cutting and it moved. So basically, I just got to pull that thing out of there. All right, let's see. I got that leaning against a tomato plant there. So. Actually, that was in there last. That's probably the easiest one I ever did right there. Yeah, it wasn't so bad because I had everything already trimmed off of it. But yeah, nice 10-footer there. Now I gotta yank that part out from up there. Let's see if we get a shot of that. That's gonna be the real fun. I think that might do it. You would think there's vines growing in there, but it's just all the other branches. Gosh. All right, I guess this is going to have to be like 20 different segments all edited together. So anyways, I got the top drag down here, and you can see all of this is dead because I cut it like probably a week or two ago, but it's like all hung up in the other. There, actually that came out pretty easy. Except now I got to get the bottom steered through here and pull it out over there. All right, so there it is. I got, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 of them out of there. When I look at it from over here, I see a lot more light through there. Murder of crows.